Morning to you.
Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, for our show, Lyrical Wisdom. Every week, we will dive into the lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we hope will leave you feeling inspired and enlightened. We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an open discussion. Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom together.
This is Holly Reese with Warrior Defenders. Tune in every Monday at 10:30 a.m. for Empower Strikes Back on WQEE, The Key, 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair.
Good morning to you, my friend.
Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
This is the Make a Difference Minute
from the Mark White Show.
Are you building your dream home? Or have you decided to stay in your current home and remodel? Either way, we all know that kitchens and baths are smart investments when it comes to the value and livability of our homes. Regardless of the project size or complexity, you want and deserve quality products and amazing service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. A big part of that.
Hello, my friend.
People that understand their products,
and even the ones picking, good morning to you.
That you can rely on. Sounds like a tall order for sure.
Hello, Warrior Defenders. How you doing?
Our friends over at Park Supply Company, of course. They are the go-to for all of your kitchen, bath, and DIY needs. Visit their locations in Huntsville and Athens, and you will understand the difference of the Park Supply way. Large selection with the small hometown feel you love. Mention this ad and receive a one-time coupon good for $10 off of a $50 purchase. Go to parksupplycompany.com and connect with them today. On this Make a Difference Minute, I have Kane Watkins, who is the Assistant Director at Lawrence County EMS. He's talking about a special young lady who recently went into cardiac arrest and was unresponsive, and then her mom reached out to have a training for their entire family to learn CPR and the use of an AED.
Yes, indeed. It's a good poll question. Hey, nothing but troubles. None of the above. I'm done with them. We're going to talk about the he's investigated Jack the Ripper, Zodiac Killer, a few other ones, because he's originally in California, lives in Texas. So he's done a lot of investigating into a lot of things. And it does connect back to that list we were talking about too. So we're going to get into that. But I appreciate you, Nothing But Trouble, for your vote.
She actually regained the heartbeat, started breathing on her own, and eventually actually woke up. She was not very happy with us at the time. Of course, she didn't realize what all was going on, but she ultimately found out she had a really rare heart condition, and a lot of members of her family then tested for that and found out that there were multiple members of her family that had the same condition. Yeah, they reached out. We were glad to offer advice to that. I will tell you that it's probably the most memorable CPR class I've ever taught.
To get in touch with Kane Watkins, you can email him at kwwatkins@lawcotn.org. I also encourage you to follow Lawrence County EMS on Facebook.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
You got that right, fella. It is that time once again. We appreciate everybody being with us on this edition. It's the weird Wednesday edition of your favorite radio show. We're going to get it started here, kicked off, ready to marinate. That's right. You're in lockdown. Marinate. You get it? Serial killer. You get it? You got to stay right there. We got a lot in store for you. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only Ryan Neal, and of course, oh, no doubt about that, I am the game. Without me, there would be no game out there. It is 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout It Out Loud across the RyanORadio Penitentiary, Earth Rock Radio. New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, eh? And finally, the Jordan Communication and Family Radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM. To be on the YouTube, that's why I said that. We'll the sports on to everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. 17 minutes past the hour. Currently 55 degrees out there in the Atlanta metro Atlanta area. Active Pest Control bringing you a look at your active time and temperature time. 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Good morning, everybody. Nothing but troubles with us. Why do you have the penitentiary in your label? The RyanORadio Penitentiary. We started that back during the pandemic, and everybody was in lockdown. And I was doing the whole USO. Good question there. There's the wrestlers called the Usos used to go the USO Penitentiary. So I said the RyanORadio Penitentiary, welcome in. And then my listeners at the time that were at the time during the pandemic said that's what you should call the show. I had a bunch of people, so I changed it to that name. There you go. Hello. How you doing this morning? Jane Doe 73 from Switzerland. A great place to be. Thank you, Jane Doe. Share, and subscribe. Also, I am. Hello, I am. There you go, my friends. Some wonderful people already on this morning. Hello there. Here's a good guy. It just started, but Aiden's on with us. Hello there. I just recommended to you via short feeds. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate that, brother. You are a wonderful human being. Thank you. Also, where am I from? Atlanta, Georgia. In the Atlanta market. There you go. Come on. I hope I said your name right. I don't want to disrespect you. Good morning, BK on the air. What's up, brother? Nothing but trouble. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, it fits me. It's where it does because I do. And all you guys are inmates now. That's what it is. You're inside this penitentiary. So there you go. BK, good morning, radio brother, my friend. Oh, yeah, radio. And it's going to live forever. Radio brother. As long as there's people like you and me and Alan and a few of those fantastic folks in this business continues to move on. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I can help you out there. Beast. Yeah, Beast. Yeah, that sounds like, yeah, Beast. All right, my sleeping pills are kicking in. Let's hope I can wake up. Hey, what's up? You seem like Beast is I think you're gonna be able to wake up, buddy. You seem like you can kick its tail with that name. No, sir, I'm not high. I don't smoke anything, but if you do, I don't care. Oh, okay. That's cool. You're like, well, bro, I appreciate that, man. It's cool. He's cool with that. I don't care. I mean, so I've got Sweet Leaf on the Navajo Nation list, and we know what he does. You say Jack the Ripper on the pole. Thank you, BK. No, sir, I don't. I'll take anything. No, sir. No, sir. Big hey. Aiden says big hey, cool hey from Arizona. The hottest average place in the United States. I believe that. I know I've been through Arizona. All the Flagstaff seems to get cold. You know what I mean, Aiden? Hey, what's up, RW Smackdown? I'm saying hello to all our listeners coming on the YouTube page, those listening on the radio side and the streaming side and everything. We're saying hello to all those fantastic folks and everything. And no, I don't have anything that come on, but it could wake me up, you know. You're just naturally that crazy. Yeah, that's it, brother. He didn't ask that. I'm just telling him. Anyway, good morning to Ryan, Navajo Nation, as well as Warrior Defenders and everybody else from Pete Davis in the Noonan Dance. Got some coffee. AKA the crappiest divers in the Southwest USA. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've been through Cottonwood and Flagstaff and, of course, everybody knows Phoenix and outside of Phoenix. But I used to play in a band, so I know those areas. And Flagstaff is probably the coolest. I remember going through there, having to wear a jacket, and then you got to the other Arizona parts, and you're like, "What? We're in Flagstaff, all bundled up," and then we get to Cottonwood, and it's like, "Okay, this is the real Arizona." And that's for my Arizona listeners out there. They'll know what it means. They all know what it means. Like, he's right. He's right. All right, come on, everybody. We got a good, fantastic show for you this morning. And coming up this morning on the show, Randy Rocket Cody from the MetalDen.com will join us. We're going to talk a little Motley Crue news with him, but also we're going to get into the Zodiac Killer, which is one of the articles that he had been working on, and he had helped solve the case. So Randy Rocket Cody will join us this morning. How do I get on the what? What is that? RW? RW, I got your message, but it was too early. I was asleep at that time in my area. Aiden says Phoenix is mid, but the place I passed through called Copper or where? Bassett is. Oh, yeah. Probably drove through there. How do I get on the stream? There should be a stream on the site. You can like, share, and subscribe, and it'll be on the description, my friend. Hello there to Vaca. Ooh. We already know what he's going to be doing this morning. Probably he or she, they're like, what you think? Thank you. Which serial killer, since we're talking with Randy Rocket Cody about one of the most detrimental serial killers in California history, the Zodiac Killer, which serial killer, not the cereal you eat, but kind of like with the, not the green Jello song. You go ahead and do what you got to do, Michael. If that's what you want to do, the rest of us will say, hey, we'll just turn our heads and let you do what you got to do, Michael. Which serial killer do you think was the most deadly? 24% say Ted Bundy. 29% say Jack the Ripper. 18% so far say John Wayne Gacy. And then 29% of you are tying it up with the Jack is Jeffrey Dahmer, who liked to taste his victims. They were tasty. I'm not making fun of the victims. I'm making fun of him. But everybody look away. Michael's trying to do something. We don't want to watch him. Okay, my friend. You are drinking vodka. Oh, you the man. All right, brother. Then we'll call you Brother Man there. Thank you, vodka. I just want to make sure because you never know with the names. You think they wear? Oh, Beast. That's probably true, Beast. I knew that's what you were drinking, my man. John Wayne Gacy says Pete. So there you go. You guys let us know. Nothing but trouble said earlier. I'm not into any of them. Should be on the stream right there, RW Smack. Now, what I'll do is I got your email and I'll send you over something eventually. Try to get that to you. Hey, as the old saying goes, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? AM or PM, whatever. Doesn't matter, right? Oh, we got some cool people in this morning. All right. 28 minutes past the hour. Wow. We are already at 55 degrees here in the Metro Atlanta and Atlanta's areas. Let's take a look at what's going on. A little bit of headline news as we head into the headline news afterwards. And we got some strange and unusual news this morning, like a flame-throwing robot that's a dog. That's where, I know you're like, what the heck are you talking about? We'll talk about that this morning. All right. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., ladies and gentlemen, in the news, he has now been able to be granted an opportunity to be on the California presidential ballot. Hamas condemns the United States for passing Israel aid package. Israel army kills about 30 Palestinians on Monday. A 13-year-old boy is injured in a sword rampage in London's underground. That happened as of yesterday as well. And protests continue at all the colleges across the country. 4:29 a.m. in the Eastern tent, 4:29 a.m. there. So it's a little after 4 a.m., 4:29, where Aiden's at, as well as nothing but trouble. So you're on Eastern time, guys. Oh, I hate to hear that, Aiden. All right, let's see. We're going to get ready to go to break in a moment. Those are some of the stuff that's going on headline news-wise, protests across the country, and just to let people know that you're probably not going to get this on the news if something happens in a few months that might anger different people, or not anger, but go, hey, how come this happened and it wasn't presented to us? Just to let you guys know, they are arresting these college students that are doing encampments and stuff around there and attacking police officers. So just let that be in there in a few months when something else might happen. You know how things happen like it did a few years ago that you guys wouldn't told about. If you'd have been listening to me, you'd have known that people were arrested in the 2020 summer of violence that some people call summer of love. I call summer of violence before all the other stuff that happened afterwards. So the craziest thing, I know, brother, it's hard to find. What? You were in 5 car accidents recently. Whew. No nukes coverage, is it? They want to hate one another. I try to get it out there to you all the time. I got a real news source that gives everything and doesn't go, well, my opinion is I don't like so-and-so. They don't do that. We're old school when it comes to stuff like that. Dude, final car. Are you all right, Aiden? I hate to hear that, my brother. I hate to hear that. Guys, prayers for Aiden and everything. Are you doing all right now, my friend? I hope so. And you did say you were from Arizona, so I can see that in different parts of Arizona and the highway. I've been on those highways. Guy hit me. I hit the guy in front of me. Oh, man. Oof. We hate that because Aiden's been so cool when he came on here. So we hate that. Wow. Prayers for you, my brother. Prayers. All right, let's see. Do I get everything out of the way? Let's see. Also, Metro, Atlanta, Uber, and Lyft drivers are planning a strike demanding for fair pay and protections. That's pretty good because you know what? When you get Uber drivers, they actually do a pretty good job when they use their own vehicles, and they're pretty nice. Anybody that's ever had taxi drivers are like, they just want to get you in there and throw you out of the car immediately. Yeah, you know how it is. Hey, taxi. They almost run you over there. They don't know where taxis and how to use taxis. Uber drivers come up to you. How you doing? My name is John. So, yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. Let's make sure demanding fair pay for them as well, because Uber and Lyft are making a ton of money and everything. And then you got the Uber Eats drivers and all this kind of stuff. So it expands out some jobs for some fantastic people out there that have to take care of their family. A lot of people do those as side jobs too. So, you know, unless somebody hits you and they're an idiot. Dude was going 10 to 16 miles above the speed limit, so around 45 miles per hour. Wow. Ooh. Aiden says he got hurt. His back was pretty messed up. We're going to get you set up, RW. I'm gonna send you some information when I can get you set up to come on the show. That way that when I have an empty day, it all will be about you, just like it is all about my guest this morning, Randy Rocket Cody from themetalden.com. He's going to be with us in the final period of play this morning. We're going to talk about some metal news from themetalden.com, Motley Crue, and more. And also, we're going to talk about the Zodiac killer. Ooh. Yeah, that's why our serial killer question is up this morning. Which serial killer do you think is the most deadly? Keep those votes coming in. 20% to Ted Bundy. Jack the Ripper's got 25%. 25% to John Wayne Gacy, the clown. And 30% to Jeffrey Dahmer, the man eater. Wasn't that a song by Hall & Oates? Ugh. I will email you some stuff and try to get you on either maybe Friday of this week. That way you'll be prepared. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put you in the penalty box. We'll say keep it. Stay with us. RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown.
Brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 7th Street in Newton.
Cool.
We don't give those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all.
I'll send you some information, but because I got your stuff here, I'll send you some information as soon as I get off the air. I know that, to let you know, RW, I also run the rest of the radio station throughout the day. So ain't that terrible? I work on other things other than just being the wannabe star. Ooh, getting some Arizona listeners out there. I'm loving that, guys. You just don't know. I love that area. And certain parts are good, certain parts are bad, but I've always loved that area. We have Captain Hot Buns from out there as well. I know RW, you're in Australia. That's why I want to get you on. Everybody like, what? Huh? What? What? Well, our poll question was half the votes yesterday morning as the Monday morning's votes. We had a lot of it. It helps with the analytics. So vote if you can, whether you like any of the people or not. Just say, all right, I kind of like this person. I really don't like any of them because they're serial killers. But so far, Jeffrey Dahmer's taking the lead, and I can kind of agree. Every one of them had different ways of being evil, but I think John Wayne Gacy, I would vote because of what he did. They're all evil. Can't do Friday, can do Wednesday. Well, next Wednesday I've got somebody on, and next Thursday. So we'll figure something out, brother. Yes, Stephen. You know. Green Jelly. I played with them back in the past, some drum stuff. Stephen knows. Stephen knows I played with Green Jelly. And he actually brought up cereal. Hey, Stephen knows. What's up, Stephen, brother? Oh, tomorrow, which is Thursday? Yeah, we could probably do something. Let me see what I can set up for you. I'll send you some information, RW. Sounds good. Stephen knows. Toucan Sam, Stephen. The bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. Not the same song, but. Oh, you think John Wick is the worst killer? I agree with you on that one. He's a bad killer as well. Yo, do you use pop, soda, or cola? I say pop or soda. Most of the time I say soda. Cola is one of the many soda drinks. So, all right. All right. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary, ladies and germs. We welcome you back in. We appreciate everything and everybody tuning in this morning. As we got Randy Rocky Cody from themetalden.com jumping in to the final period with us this morning. You're very welcome, Aiden. Yeah, I've been around the country, so I know that people have different ways of saying things. Now we're bringing in characters from movies as serial killers. Oh, man, I had that recorded on 78 speed. Bear went over the mountain. What song was on the other side? What song? You're testing me there, Stephen. Dadgummit. You're testing me. Was it? God, I can't remember right now. You just smacked me in the face, Steve. But at least you knew what I was talking about. Jesus Christ. Sorry, brother. Three Blind Mice. That's right. That's right. That's right. Guys, sorry, I'm talking with Steven. I had the opportunity to play with Green Jello a few years back, and me and him are talking about that. So we didn't mean to go off topic, but it's cool that he actually knew when he put the actual word serial killer, and I was like, this guy knows. Where are you from, brother? Let us know. Yes, the recent Dr. Pepper flavor is great. Nothing but trouble said it was always pop to me. Soda. Some people say soda. Some people say pop. And in the South, some people just go cola. But cola or Coke. But cola is just one of the many flavors of soda or pop. So New York. All right. The original home base. Buffalo, New York. The original home base of William Manspeaker. My boy, Bill. Woo. Steve and I are going to have some talks afterwards. Anyway, good day from the land down under. What's up, Anonymous? Thank you for joining us. And a good day to you with one of the greatest countries out there, Australia. We appreciate you guys. We have many listeners from Australia. Sorry about that. Many listeners from Australia, and we appreciate them. We really do. All right, let's do a little bit of headline news for you right quick, coming out of what's going on with Israel at war. Remember, this is news, so we try to not pick a side or anything. We let you pick your side. RC and Moon Pie says, Pete, there you go. That's a good one. Person, I love the cha-cha. That's the cha-cha dance. Town down under. From the land down under. Men at work did that song. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said in Israel on Wednesday that the Biden administration determined to secure a ceasefire in Gaza that includes the release of Israel hostages, ladies and gentlemen. The United States top diplomat with the Middle Eastern country to meet with the highest ranking officials there, including the president of Israel, as well as Prime Minister Netanyahu, as they want to try to have a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas. So we're hoping that comes to fruition. We know that those that have been actually on this earth for a while know that this war between Israel, Iran, and Palestine, and all this, they've been fighting over this land for years, and it goes all the way back to biblical days. So there you go. Aiden said he's mixed a little bit of everything. So there you go. I love that we have a good variety of people on here. One of our listeners said the other day that we have a multicultural family on this inside here. So that's it. And then when one person comes in that wants to act full, all of you guys go, oh, you're done. Because our good brothers and sisters on here are fantastic. for who they are and what they are. So yeah, we're hoping that this does. We're gonna pray for a ceasefire pretty soon. Other news that you can read for yourself on the Facebook page. A 13-year-old boy killed 4 others in a sword rampage at a London Underground station. New York PD enter a Columbia University, arresting dozens of protesters inside the Hamilton Hall. And then a suspect ID'd in the 4 law enforcement officers that were gunned down in Charlotte, North Carolina over the weekend. So those are just some of the headline news that are going on there. The next question you can do would be better wrestler. Oh yeah. I've done that stuff, and during the WrestleMania times and stuff, and coming up, Backlash is going to be in France this weekend, so I might do a wrestling correct question on Friday. And we do a good variety of them. And like Monday's question hit 102 votes off the beat. I know people are interested in who they want to elect for president. That's what I put in there. I put the 2 current or the 3 current, and then none. And then, it was one of the big ones. I appreciate you guys participating. I had no arguments in here either when people chose which side they were on. So the clickbaiters out there trying to make all you guys look bad. Doc Brown. Hello, beautiful people. I can't stay for long, though I dropped in. Thank you for coming in. Now, Doc Brown, I've been calling you Mr. Are you a Mrs.? I want to make sure I was wrong because somebody said something yesterday. If I was wrong and calling you Mr. and everything, I apologize. Anonymous, thank you for dropping in there. Probably tagging somebody to come in, Christina. Come in, Christina. This is a good place to be. Very open to everybody here. 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. Current conditions, 55 degrees, beautiful sunny skies out there in the metro Atlanta area. Your time and temperature brought to you by those friends at Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Will the sun get out of my eyes? Hopefully it will. Well, I've been calling you Mr. I didn't mean to say that. Anyway, brought to you by our friends at Active Pest Control. Well, Doc Brown, I'm still going to call you Doc Brown. Oh, I apologize. I don't like to disrespect anybody. Except for the people who like to come in here and want to mess with all of us. Anonymous is talking in German. Awesome. Her name is Christina. Thank you, Aiden, for letting. Yeah, you still can be Doc Brown. Yeah. That's what I'm going to call you, Doc Brown, because of your last name. Makes it easy for me to remember. Wow, speaking of German, okay. And look, for those people like we had on yesterday, I'm not going to bring them names, that don't understand, I learn a lot on this feed from you guys. I learn a lot on the feed from our listeners from all around the world with different backgrounds and different, multicultural information, and actually learn what's really going on in Russia and Australia and stuff that we don't know in the mainstream media. That's a cool thing to learn. And then I have some people who come in here, give information about things. Well, and I've never heard this stuff, but they'll come up with stuff like our friends at Red Brick and all that kind of stuff. It's so cool to be able to learn. I like to learn. So there you go. What is that? Is that Dutch or is that still German? Aiden. But I'm enjoying that. I appreciate that. Get to learn some things because with our friend, the one, the only. Well, I'd love to have his money, just not his father. Thank you, Anonymous. You see how it's funny, D? Anna B, he does. Thank you, Anna B. I wish I had his money, guys. Well. Then he I messed my show up because Anonymous made me laugh. Sorry. But I love learning from everybody. So and learning from everybody in different things and everything. Only one I learned in school. Yeah, but hey, look, it doesn't matter. You're able to push that for everybody to learn out there. Anonymous said, you look like Woody Harrelson. I actually watched something over him over the weekend. Yeah, about his father. I knew his father because we've talked about it on the show here, that his father was a hitman for hire. And he even took up for his dad today. His dad died, but Woody Harrelson is one fine actor. And well, yeah, him and I may not be so, perfectly good looking, but hey, his wife likes him, so does mine. So you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, Anonymous. You guys made me laugh. You really did. And that's not even a put down. Other people are like, oh no, they hurt my feelings. He's making fun of me. No, man, that's what we do it here. We have fun. And I learned from everybody. So thank you guys. You made my day. You really did, guys. All of you did. All right, we're going to take a break. Back in a moment. What word? The bird is the word. The bird. And the bird. Peter Griffin, there you go. We're going to take a break. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, you just don't know how you led right into that. It's just perfect. It's almost like you knew. You are the new Larry Lujak. I don't know who that is. I'll look him up, but if he's good looking, it doesn't really matter, does it? I appreciate that, Stephen. I take any compliments from you guys, honestly. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate that. The word German in German language. Oh, is that what that is? Aiden, thank you, brother, for teaching me. Even an old dog can new tricks. Back in a moment. Because the bird is the word. My favorite wrestler is Triple H. RW. But now, who's out now is my boy Cody Rhodes, because he's from Atlanta. And he's Dusty's son. So, yeah, the GM, he used to be a wrestler. Triple H, Sledgehammer. You have to go back and check out his old stuff. But currently roster, I have to say Cody Rhodes. Second would be between LA Knight, come in second, because I like LA Knight. That guy's always been cool. Aiden's going to speak in German for me. I'm going to mess with you, Ryan. I know you don't understand this. I'm going to mess with you. I appreciate it, Aiden. I'm glad I made everybody's day here.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newton, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance.
Dang. All right, we still have Randy Rocket Cody to come this morning. Rest in peace, Dusty. Yes, my brother. Yes, I love it too, man. I love that you're able to find that. And I love that you're able to put it in my feed and everything. And the reason I love that is because I've got Kiko from Japan who listens every night. And, that's so cool to be able to have a different languages coming in. Nah, he didn't fake his death. He really had heart issue and everything. We wish he would have, but no. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate that, brother. Everybody except your haters. Thanks for subscribing. Well, you know, I'll be honest with you. Most time your haters are people that know you and they're jealous of the people that are in here that are a little bit more, way more educated than them. And my feed is full of educated people with different backgrounds and different things. And that's what I want on here. It's all these people with their different backgrounds and different education levels. And most every one of them, come on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Pick One says, hang out music. Blue pill, it makes you famous. I'll try. That'd be good. If it's going to help me out, I appreciate you. You're an awesome person. All right, guys, welcome back in. We still got Randy Rocket Cody coming up in the final period of play. We got some strange and unusual news. We're going to talk about a robot this morning. Not just any kind of robot. Thank you, Stephen, for subscribing. Thank you, RW. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, guys, pretty much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to talk about a robot, ladies and germs, that is a robotic dog with a flamethrower on it. We'll get into that this morning. And for you Bigfoot, those that are into Bigfoot, we might throw a news story in there for you this morning. It's a weird Wednesday. Why not? Hold on my old timey radio from the 1990s. Might have 99. Yeah, well, probably not in your area, but here you would. Logan Paul's your favorite wrestler. Okay. He's done good. He's came in and actually learned how to wrestle. Many stars come in and go, I just want the payday, and they mess up. But dude got in there and learned. So I give him credit. I remember each went up Bainsborough. Like I said, school stuff, always want to learn. Yes, I do always want to learn. Not for sure. Yes. Okay, which serial killer do you think was the most deadly? Toucan Sam, I think. Right, Steven? Anyway, he's not on the list, but Ted Bundy is with 26% of the votes. Jack the Ripper is 17% of the votes. John Wayne Gacy, the clown, he really was a clown, 23% of the votes. And 34% going to the man-eater himself, Jeffrey Dahmer. Good question to go into this morning's topic, since we're talking about the Zodiac killer with our guest, Randy Rocket Cody from the MetalDen.com, the king of heavy metal journalism. And I like to call him the real journalist of all times. The man that's investigated into Jack the Ripper, the Zodiac killer, the Titanic sinking, as well as Chris Cornell's death, Chris Benoit's death, and Brandon Lee, plus much, much more. And he brought you the Epstein's list before it was even popular. Yeah, he did kill too many. Doink the Clown. That RW is one of the greats too. If you watch Dark Side of the Ring, I've talked about some of the Dark Side of the Ring episodes. One that I want to really talk about, I think, is being completed. I got to go and check out, or either it was last night, was Sandman from ECW. Yeah, so I'm probably going to talk about that. I'm going to watch it and talk about it later this week. But I watched a documentary on some of this stuff, guys. Ooh, love documentaries. All right, stay with us. We're a couple of minutes away from the top of the hour, heading to headline news. We'll do some robot flame-throwing dogs, some Bigfoot information, some other strange news, a strange humanoid-shaped object over California, which has been reported a number of times, but I'll tell you why. Yes, one of them did. Well, I think, if it's who I think it is, Doink Clown, the original one, I think was kind of this goes back, I think he was murdered by one of his ex-wives. See, and the problem in that is a lot of these guys end up having a lot of wives and girlfriends. I mean, I'm not getting political here, so I don't want anybody getting mad. But Lauren Boebert, you know that representative, that her dad was a wrestler, right? But they don't know who he was because her mom was what they used to call a ring rat. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just putting a point out there. Today, got a Hulk Hogan action figure. Awesome. It's probably worth a lot of money. All right, ladies and germs, we're back in a moment.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Tuesday as markets weighed economic data showing rising labor costs and deteriorating consumer.
All right, let's see here. Want to get some other odd news this morning, but thank you guys for being with us, the ones that are on. We got a great show for you, and coming up, Randy Rocket Cody. So far, it's pretty good with the votes. We'll see if we can get some more.
Coca-Cola raised its annual sales forecast on Tuesday after topping first quarter results as customers in the U.S. and international markets.
Like, share, and subscribe to all the wonderful folks out there, guys.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Newton, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
I wish the sun would go behind wherever it usually does about this time. Cloud or whatever it does. Just get out of my eyes. Stop bothering you guys. What is the best cash-in ever in WWE? Well, when it comes to the hey, I'll tell you that in a minute, RW. Hey, CK56, South 6. What's up, blood? What's up, brother? All right, let's see. Serial killer. Somebody else said the same thing. Seth Rollins, I agree with you on that one. Somebody else said the same thing. I was. Thank you for that. The bear went over the mountain to see what you could see. Let's see. Long name there, but the worst serial killer. Got him. Thank you. Cool pictures, guys. Cool picture to you as well, my friend. No put downs to anybody. Lady in red is with us this morning. I'm doing well, CK. Got Randy Rocket Cody coming up. RW, I agree with you. I think that was one of the best cash-ins. That young man, I like Seth too. For newer ones, of course. Randy Rocket Cody is on. That is Braun Strowman says that. Donald says, dance with me, lady in red. No, we're just doing we've got a Randy Rocket Cody coming on, and we're going to talk about Zodiac killer, so that's why that's that question this morning. You know, you're not going to get me to disagree with you, CK, my brother. But our friend, so there you go. That's what it is, my friend.
Estimates that less than 1 in 10 black Protestant congregations are led by a woman. In fact, many black churches prohibit women from preaching, citing Paul's instructions on the matter.
You think so? It could happen. Could happen. RW. Like I said, CK, I'm not going to disagree on that. I'm going to say anything because I don't want them shutting me off, but thank you, CK, for your opinion, because it's the right, your opinion. They come, what did you letting them say that for? When? Like, I'm not. It's called freedom of speech in my feed. I got people pick at everybody and pick at me. I think it would be his first single run ever. I think his brother's going to come back and join up with him later on. I think Jimmy's going to come back. But he's injured right now. I'm glad we got ourselves a wrestling fan, and he's going to keep us all updated on what's going on. And Red smiled about the dancing with you, Anonymous. That you guys do it. That'd be so cool.
What if I told you that this Domino's Perfect Combo is only $19.99?
Shut the front door. Yeah, he's originally for New Japan Wrestling, but a lot of those wrestlers are sons and sons of the elder statesmen that went all over WCW and WWE in back in the day. So that's why they're kind of putting it together. It makes it a cool. That's why it continues to be the bloodline. It's cool that they are the stars now when their fathers and grandfathers were just the opening acts back in the day. So.
Coweta Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
He's probably just taking some time off. You know, in real life, the man had a problem with leukemia, and that's why he was only cut. But it was cool that he was being the world champion doing the thing. Oh, no, lady in red, don't. You're having some buffering. I hate the internet. No, lady in red's leaving. Bye, we appreciate you. Dadgummit. But back to what I was saying, Roman is probably just taking care of himself for right now. Well, man, we had a whole lot up there. Yeah, it's going down and going back up, going down, going back up. But at least the votes are going up. That's what I like right there.
Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time. WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show. Back to Key and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country. Back to Key and the Armchair Quarterbacks.
You got WrestleMania 40 votes. Yeah, it's going up. Hello. Samuel Little was the worst. Thank you. There you go. Welcome into RyanORadio Penitentiary, the second period of play. We got some good. We got some fantastic folks on with us today. And we're going to go into the penitentiary right after this. You're in lockdown still, so come on, inmates. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the one, the only Ryan Neal, and of course, tell them. Yes, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud. Across that RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're across Earth Rock Radio, the Navajo Nation, New Mexico, Arizona, and more. We're at the British Columbia, Isles of Canada, and finally, the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, including right here in the Atlanta area, Metro Atlanta area of 99.1 FM, WQEE, the key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and more. Yeah, he is the game, but I use his theme to come in as I'm the game too. There you go. There you go. Shouting you out, RW SmackDown. We've got a lot in store for you this hour as we get prepared for Randy Rocky Cody in the final period. But to my haters, I got one thing to say to all of them. Listen up, haters. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. And about 10 minutes past the hour, holding at 58 degrees now, beautiful sunny skies in the Atlanta metro Atlanta areas. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. 717 Liquidation LLC says Samuel Little was the worst. Yeah, there you go. Everybody is answering the poll question, and if they pop it into the feed, I'll appreciate them doing that as well. Continue to go up and have a great day. Oh, I wouldn't be able to say it on the radio. I could probably get in trouble. We're on the radio as well. So the YouTube, I don't know why they wouldn't say it. You could actually say that. Oh, yeah. My intro, RW SmackDown, has Triple H in it going, hey, I'm the man around here and all that kind of stuff. It's the intro of Hail to the King. That's my intro when I'm saying all that. Good morning, and thank you for calling Mr. Radio Man. It's God from heaven. I think he is out there in California, knows how to party. California knows how to party. Lady in Red had to come off because she was having some issues, and I don't like the buffering thing. I think that's somebody doing that. Just like the microphone wants to start acting up right now with a little feed in the back. There you go. Sorry that listening on the air. I was trying to get that so that you didn't have that beep buzzing sound. All right. There you go, Tupac, California. Hey, Radio Man, did you know Jeffrey Dahmer's parents went to all of Jeffrey Dahmer's cases? Yes. Oh, it's your real name. Okay. Well, we appreciate that, but the way it comes together, may not be able to say it on the air. But God from heaven, I appreciate you. But we do appreciate you and your real name. Cool. No, I'm not going to do it. Could get me in trouble. I do everything the FCC says. That's why we're not getting any more of those calls now. Some of us that are associated with the FCC started reporting all those calls you were getting. Uh-oh. I love you too, my friend. I really do. I appreciate you being with us. Which serial killer, and now you can also put cereal as in like with from Green Jello, which a couple of the viewers on here and listeners are knowing that. I got, to be honest with you, I had an opportunity to play drums behind Bill Manspeaker a few years back for a little bit. So that was an honor. But anyway, which serial killer do you think was most deadly? 27% say Ted Bundy, the nice guy. Jack the Ripper, 14%, who could have been a doctor, as our good friend Randy Rocket Cody said. John Wayne Gacy, the clown. And he's getting 25% of the votes. And the man-eater himself, Jeffrey Dahmer, has got 34% of the votes. RW SmackDown, what's up with you, brother? Anonymous, how about a shout-out for the Aussies? Yeah, Australia is one of my favorite places now because we got a lot of listeners from Australia that are on the WQEE YouTube page. Like, subscribe, and share. And we appreciate all of you wonderful people there. And we have a lot of people from England that come. I know that England and Australia have a little rivalry going on, especially with their football. And I know that's what we call soccer in America. So there you go. But Anyway, little rivalry there, and rivalries everywhere. You're welcome, mate. That's the coolest thing you guys say, because every time you guys say that, I think of one of the coolest actors ever, the Crocodile Dundee fella. Oh yeah, Mr. Hogan, the real Hogan. If you guys know what I mean. But anyway, there you go. We've got Randy Rocket Cody coming for the next hour. We've got some very, very unusual and strange news this hour. And I'll drop in what's going to happen on AEW Dynamite tonight, which you can check out there at the end of this period. So stay with us. Let's go ahead. It's 15 minutes past the hour. Let's do some headline news and strange headline news too. South Australia. Southern Australia. Yeah, I knew you'd put that in there. Prosecutors in Arizona announced that they will not seek a retrial in the case of a 75-year-old rancher by the name of Greg Allen Kelly. Mr. Kelly, I'll tell you what happened when he's accused of shooting and killing a migrant. Well, a group of them came on his property. Kelly, gave warning shots and everything. He pleaded not guilty. And look, in the South, and I know this is for all Australian listeners, our Arizona listeners, they go say the same thing. But in the South, if a man's got a sign up on his property that says no trespassing, that usually means he's got a gun. And if you come on there, he's probably going to utilize that. First, he's going to give you a warning shot up in the air. And then he's going to say, if you don't leave, he's going to put a buckshot in you. So anyway, after a jury that was undecided about the situation and a mistrial, Kelly pleaded not guilty. Kelly called the Border Patrol right before all this happened or after this happened, because several people were coming on his land. ECW. There you go. So yeah. And Aiden, I know you're in Arizona, so you probably understand that story. So that was one of them. And like I said, I'm not going to, I'm glad this man didn't anything happen to him. He probably hated that he shot somebody. Believe me, he's not sitting there going, hey, I shot somebody. Woo! No, he's not cheering it like the mainstream news media or the clickbait media is trying to get you to believe all over the internet that every time somebody does something that they're happy about it. This man wasn't happy about it. He's, how you say, probably sitting there going, man, I shot somebody. Damn. And he didn't even whine. There's people who go out there and use the self-defense thing when they just shoot somebody for cutting grass near their yard, like some idiot that we told you about on True Crime last week. His wife goes, oh God, too close to my yard. It was self-defense. Self-defense, he's cut grass and he cut over into your yard a little too much. Wow. This guy never even used that. He just said, I'm just not guilty, man. So there you go. We give him, so that's usually the ones you can tell, but everybody's like, let's make a big deal out of it. And I'm not for or against, I'm not calling gun rights one way or the other, because that's your guys' decision out there. I just feel like in this story that Mr. Kelly was doing what he thought was best for him. Rob Van Dam. I got to get Rod's spot back in there. I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared this morning. All of a sudden just come out of nowhere. Israel army kills 30 Palestinians Monday. A 19-year-old boy is killed, and four others are injured in a shooting rampage and London's underground station. That happened. And Anonymous says, hello, Paul. I'm Christina. Thank you, Christina. Your mom was born Elizabeth. Wow, that's cool. And let's see, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is granted an opportunity to be on the California presidential ballots, and Hamas is condemning the House of Representatives for passing a funding bill and package for Israel. So there you go. That's just some of the headline news we got for you this morning. A pest control professional company cleared a bee swarm of thousands while fans were ripping and roaring, and later earned a nod for, well, the ceremony first pitch before the delay of game between the Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks in Phoenix. The insect invasion, I should say, occurred Tuesday at Chase Field. It caused about a 2-hour delay before the Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers 4-3. Think about that one. I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I want out of bubble gum, says Pete. Roddy Piper. Bees surrounded the Queen and their cluster for about 15 minutes before the game began. Umpires then made managers, both teams, aware of what was going on. And the vice president of operations, Mike Rock of the Diamondbacks, called an option of delaying the game, and they brought in the Blue Sky Pest Control to take care of it. There you go. ZV, what's up, ZV? How you doing, my brother? I appreciate you being with us. You guys, welcome Anonymous in here and Aiden in here with us this morning as well. RW's with us back at it. So good to hear. Lady in red, she ended up having to leave, guys. Dadgummit. Because of the internet. Internet's trying to stop us. Anyway, there you go, guys. We appreciate you being with us this morning. So that's a unique situation that happened there during that game 2-hour delay. It was a swarm there, just a swarm. Just a swarm. Not the bubble gum. I said that in my head with an English accent. There you go, Anonymous. There you go. Thank you, RW. I appreciate that. Everybody love my content. We try to keep it as friendly and fun in here as we can. Some of the people are busy and coming in and out, and we appreciate them as well. Dodgers stay hot and 0 strikeout win over Diamondbacks in another game. So there you go. And guys, just to let you guys, the noon dance. Just to let you know, LeBron James is undecided about the Lakers' future, returning for a 22nd season in NBA. Some Laker fans out there would be, some LeBron James fans would be sad, but my good friend Brian Snow be like, hey, goodbye, see ya. My sports guys, my sports analysts, they'll be like, I tell you what, Ryan, it's good that he's gone. Maybe he won't come back next year. We're tired of him. Like, oh my goodness. That's just a couple of things there. And some Dirty Bird news right quick. Yeah, you heard me, Dirty Bird news. Despite losing Spencer Strider, the Braves will be back in action. Their starting pitching lineup has thrived in the last big winning surge. They've been undefeated for the last several games. Today, 3:05 will be the first pitch on Braves Country Radio. Check it out with Matt McGee and the armchair quarterbacks. The Atlanta Falcons turned down a few defensive players on day 2 of the NFL draft. Alabama has now added Cameron Howard to their lineup from the former North Carolina Charlotte. DD is bringing the smoke, as you probably like the smoke idea, bringing the smoke to the Tide. We know who talks about bringing the smoke to Street Profits. The University of Georgia has hired longtime gymnast coach Cecilia Landy, who has had the pleasure of coaching the Olympic gymnast by the name of Simone Biles. And she's going to help lead the girls' school in Georgia. So there you go. That's what's going on. And a little bit of sports news at 22 minutes past the hour, holding it about that time and holding it about 58 degrees, beautiful sunny skies in the Atlanta, metro Atlanta area. Our poll question is up because this morning we're going to talk about the Zodiac killer with the man himself, Randy Rocket Cody, joins us from themetalden.com. He and I are going to talk about this. Coming up in period number 3, he has solved some unsolvable homicides and who did what. And one of them was Jack the Ripper. And he's been on this show talking about it. So there you go. And that's coming up in the final period of play. And we'll have some Motley Crue and other music news for you. Which serial killer do you think was the most deadly? Right now, Ted Bundy's got 26% of the votes. Jack the Ripper is at the bottom with 15% of the votes. The clown, known as John Wayne Gacy, has got 23% of the votes. And, yeah, he's blocked. And Jeffrey Dahmer's got 36% of votes, the man-eater. Anonymous has said, there's milk in a coconut. What? Don't let me start doing that Stone Cold thing. What? There's milk in coconut. What? Adam's not here. What? Pete says, what? Noonan dance, what? Guys, don't start me doing it. Sweetleaf's like, they're having a good time over there. Good morning. Sweetleaf says, good morning. Everybody from the Navajo Nation saying, what's up? Nobody anonymous. It was someone who just wanted to cause trouble yesterday and kind of make some of these people uncomfortable in here. But I'm not worried about it. I wasn't worried about it. I blocked them for our listeners. That's what we do. If anybody gets blocked on here, it's because you guys are tired of them. Can you give me a hell yeah? Says RW SmackDown. We know he's a wrestling fan. You can tell. I'm worse than any killer, says I'm Batman ZV. All right, Anonymous says, what do you call a twitching cow? What do you call a twitching cow, Anonymous? Come on. I got to hear this. Sweetleaf's like, come on now. Don't leave us in suspense. Sue's like, good morning to you. Don't leave us in suspense. Bob's like, I think I know, but a beef jerky. That's what Bob said over here. You guys were thinking alike on the nomination. Oh, right, man. CV says, what did the cops say to the Ice Cube? I don't know. Freeze. That's a good one. I love my listeners that come up with some unique jokes. Why can't he be nasty? That's what somebody else says. That's what some haters saying. We call them haters. Some people call them trolls. I just call them haters. That's what some haters saying. Why can't it be nasty? Did he watch Icy? Does he watch Ice? You guys are making me laugh. Oh, all right, guys. CJ Johnson's back. My brother is back. I wish you were on Monday because I had a great poll question that you probably would have loved. And CJ Johnson, what's up, brother? Make groceries affordable again, he says, in 2024. I can't disagree with him on that. And you might guys disagree politically, but you can't disagree on that. Oh, man. I got people bringing me tomatoes and stuff, CJ. You know that, brother? Respect 100%. Thank you, brother. They're afraid of all the respect that everybody has amongst each other. They don't like that. They don't like it in the clickbait media, the false conspiracy theorists. I'm just going to call those liars because they embarrass these conspiracy theorists out there. You know, I'm not going to say that because some people have different thoughts. You know what I mean? On the conspiracy theories. So we'll call those liars and the clickbaiters and all the media on both sides that do the same story but change the villain. And they'll be like, we're going to throw people out. You grow your own now? We're suffering in Aussie too. Oh, man. You know, part of it was the worldwide pandemic too, ladies and gentlemen. So notice that don't really get much people in China watching. So the worldwide panic, some of you believe that it was sent out on purpose. Some of you believe it was an accident. And like I always say, like I say with the Jeffrey Epstein thing, whether he killed himself or not, good riddance to him. It's the same way with whether China did it on purpose or not. That pandemic did make us all suffer. So I'm not going to sit here and say, no, it messed us all up. Now, if I can say one thing about the United States, and I can say one thing about certain parts of the United States, they were they were back to work after 6 months. They were not playing the whole shutdown. And the reason I think it's more costing us more now here is because we didn't want to shut down. We were like, hey, some people were like, hey, give me the vaccination. Some people took it, some people didn't. And the ones that did say, hey, give me the vaccination, so I can go back to work. Because in the United States, we couldn't sit in our homes for a year like everybody else did. We just couldn't. You just don't do us like that. Some people believe, some people didn't. But like I said, that had a big part to do with it. And it's making all of us suffer. So there's people who think global warming is not a real thing. Some people don't, and some people do. And, and some people think it's controlled by somebody. And I haven't been proven by none of that, whether it's everybody's thoughts. That's why I say, since I'm not an expert in it, I can't really tell you it's real or not real. So I can't say global warming is real and not real because I've not been proven. You know what I'm saying? I'm an expert in news and what I do here. I'm never an expert in some of these other things. So just like when somebody says, hey, I believe the earth is flat. Well, how can I argue with them? I mean, what I studied in school taught me it wasn't, but that doesn't mean that I need to call them out. So I agree with you. Some people don't, but to me, I'm not saying I don't believe in that, but I'm not saying that somebody that doesn't believe in that maybe they may have a right. You know what I'm saying? Anonymous, here you go. Here we go. This is what I wanted to get. I was saying all this the whole time of the pandemic. I'm glad you were doing that, Anonymous. We got issued fines if people knocked on your door and you went home. You come to the South and knock on somebody's door. Tell them, CJ, you come to America, knock on somebody's. All my American listeners, are you not home? They'll be like, get the hell off my property. I'm going to go out there and get in my truck and do what I want. Actually, our police officers are like, whatever, how you doing? They waved at us. And I had to work during the whole pandemic, so I had to come to work during the whole pandemic. And they do go, hey, how you doing, Ryan? Hey, how you doing? I love America in that way. Argue amongst each other about different things. But boy, we had it good during the pandemic. And look, my little town that I was in, and it's not a little town, but my metro Atlanta town, I'm being honest with you. We went with the whole, you go pick up your food from the restaurants, but people started going back to work very, very, very shortly. People were like, hey, I'm just going to go back to work. And no one pulled them over and said, oh, you're not supposed to be there. The police like, hey, how you doing? Got to understand. That's just the way it was. I don't know about other parts of the country, but I know in my area, it's like, hey, how you doing? Hey. So, Nadam says, we are due for a climate change. History shows that you're right. You're right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to agree or disagree with anyone because that's what I love about having this show and learning. That's what I say. I learned a lot from everybody. But, I hate that you guys were fined if you went home and everything there in Australia. And I told you guys how worse than other countries. Now Americans sitting here going, yeah, they'd have done that to us. I laughed in their faces. Actually, they wouldn't did. The police officers were laughing. Police officers here in the United States were like, you want me to go knock on somebody's door to make sure they're home? Yeah, right, whatever. And that would have been the person in charge, but I'm not sending my men out to do that. No. Let me take that back because I don't want anybody going, oh, they didn't do their jobs. Yes, they did their jobs. I know somebody thinks, why? Why would they not do that in the United States? Because they didn't want us to be prisoners. Why do you think I called the show RyanORadio Penitentiary? That's where it went from the RyanORadio morning show to RyanORadio Penitentiary during the pandemic because we were all in lockdown together. And I got that we're in lockdown from some police officers across the country. They're like, hey, prisoners, we're all in lockdown. I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to use that. I agree with you there, Anonymous, I do. All right, we're going to take a break. 33 minutes past the hour. We're going to talk about a flamethrowing robotic pet. And there's a Rosie that's taking over the jobs for restaurants. And in small communities out there, you probably won't see a lot of this in the near future. Because even the guy that can barely afford to pay somebody to work for him, he's going to rather have that real person in there, or he or she would rather have that real person there than some robot. I'm telling you. Oh, probably a little young, but 12? Wow. I didn't know I could get it. You were on the feed that young. I had it set up for not too many young people on there, RW. All right, back in a moment. Troy. Oh. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to be respectful because we got a young people in here and we need to be respectful. And no, we're not talking about what Troy said. Troy's funny. We're talking about people who want to get here and like yesterday. Man, what have you been eating, Troy? That's all I want to know, because we had a good buddy, Andy, on here, and he was eating some terrible Indian food that was tearing his stomach up. So I don't know what you've been eating, bro. It's just global warming is, climate change, global warming there. And go. Oh, no, this is from a local coffee place, bro. No, it's from a local coffee place called Leaf and Bean in the Atlanta area that I live in. My cat took off into the kitchen. Oh, your cat's like, look, I'm done. I don't want to watch this guy. Your cat's like looking up at you. What are you doing, Troy? I want to eat. What are you doing? Oh, that's what it did to you when you let one go. Hey, look, you got to understand. No, you can't get drunk from coffee. Well, actually, I take that back. Irish coffee, you can have something in it. Classified as biohazard. Oh, Lord. You see, this is the kind of fun stuff. I know some people might want to get offended, but these are fun people. Not like that fellow that was on yesterday that we're going to remain nameless. He says bio as ASF. We know what that stands for. What is blue and tastes like red paint? What is that? Yes, Pete, Irish coffee. I remembered that. I said that earlier. Thanks for dropping. But you can. But I don't do any of it, so I'm just naturally messed up. That's why we got cool cats in here saying the things they do. It's blue paint. What is blue and tastes like red paint? Blue paint. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, RW. I like that. I've never tasted paint, so I don't know. I guess I have to trust your word for it. Good morning, Cher.
Check us out at SouthernStatesBank.net. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 410611.
This is Holly Reese with Warrior Defenders. Tune in every Monday at 10:30 a.m. for Empower Strikes Back on WQEE, the Key 99.1 FM.
Hi, this is Mark.
Yeah, I pulled him off because some of our listeners were uncomfortable with him. ABC was, and yeah. Well, you have a good day too, Troy, brother. I appreciate you coming by. We appreciate you, brother. Before you go, where are you from? You don't have to say the city, just state or country or whatever. I agree with Nautilus. Hope your cat's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. We thank everybody for being with us this morning. Oh, man, dude. Palm Beach County in Florida. Troy is living the life. He's in Florida. Cat's good. California is always summer out there, and parts of Florida is kind of summerish too. So probably the part you're into. Troy, you're going to enjoy yourself. Wonderful day there. Might be a little jealous even though I'm in the Atlanta market. I definitely am a little jealous of you being in Palm Beach County. Guys, I think Troy's cat would be all right. You're welcome, brother. Thank you for being with us. All right, there you go. We got a lot of fantastic people being with us. Coming up this morning, Randy Rocket Cody will join us in the final period. We're going to talk the Zodiac Killer this morning and a little bit of rock and roll and metal news from themetalden.com. That's who Randy Rocket Cody is. So he's going to be with us in the final period. Rocket's going to be with us this morning. I like to call him the world champion. Cher's like, have a good day, Troy. She's being nice because she's like, look, I like to go visit Palm Beach County too. Florida. There you go. There you go. Everybody would, right? Which serial killer do you think was the most deadly, ladies and gentlemen? 30% of you say Ted Bundy. 14% say Jack the Ripper. 22% say John Wayne Gacy, the clown. And still at the number one spot, the man-eater himself, Jeffrey Dahmer, 34. Yes, we're going to talk about the Zodiac Killer with Randy Rocket Cody. He has details into that other journalists have but don't want to release. But he's been investigating the Zodiac Killer, Jack the Ripper, so many different people over the years, and he's going to be with us in the final period this morning. So there you go. All right, let me give you a couple other things going on with some strange. Over in California, you probably know this, my California listener, God in heaven who listens. He's probably watching as well. A strange humanoid shaped like object was filmed above a California area. Footage has hit the internet. It's been hitting the internet for a while now, ladies and gentlemen. It's been hitting the internet for a while. And they say there's this rocket man and everything. And I think somebody's putting a dummy and shooting it up there as they're seeing it. And a big thing. Yes, I remember you, Wisem. Wisem, how you doing, my brother? I appreciate you. And it was placed on X last week, and many passerbyers were trying to say it could have been a human-shaped balloon, which a lot of people think like a stormtrooper or the Michelin Man or whatever. But it has took the internet by storm. It really has took the internet by storm. And I believe that somebody is shooting one of those rockets you can get up there, and it's not a real human being getting on those rockets, and they're shooting up there and just to do some things. Because look, back in my younger day, I probably would have been one of these people with my friends say, hey, let's mess with everybody. Since we can afford to get one of these rockets, let's strap something to it and shoot it up there and scare the mess out of people. Oh, I'm sorry, Wisem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, young lady. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. You guys, make sure you let me know, because I don't know by the names in the feed whether you're male or female. Please do that. Unless your name is John, then I know your name is Sarah, and I know. it's like people are like, don't worry, don't apologize. That's fine. I appreciate that, but I'm the kind of person that does. I'm the kind of media person that does. If I said something wrong, I'm gonna apologize. I'm not gonna go, oh, I said that last week and I'm gonna ignore it. Anonymous says, we all be beep. That's good. I need to get that female audience up a little bit on here. So that'd be cool. I've been checking my analytics. We got more male audience than female audience, but we've got people from 18 to 65 that are listening. So there you go. There you go. I appreciate you being with us this morning, everyone. all the you know what's up into his house. My new friend with a Native American background is on with the red bricks. I taught a serial killer by the name of Donnie Miller, an American Sign Language in Jackson. There's a book about the freak called The Boy Next Door. I gotta check that out. I do know you, Pete. Yes. Anonymous says, you rock, bro. All right, RW Smackdown. You guys are listening 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're currently holding at 58 degrees, beautiful sunny skies. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. He wants to get a joke out there, so I got a joke for you. Why can't the man from the South, is that Pacific, sit still? Why? Captain Hot Buns. I can do it this morning, Captain. My voice is ready. No worries, you're a little late. You're coming on for the right time, brother. You guys can always go back. Guys, Captain Hot Buns is on with us from Arizona. I talked about that gentleman, Mr. Kelly, out there in Arizona. That is not going to stand retrial because it kind of went to a not an anonymous decision, and they're not going to retrial him, thank goodness, and everything. So I was like, you could probably agree in Arizona, but like in the South, a man with a sign that says no trespass and has got a gun, you're probably not going to walk on that man's land, are you? I'm smart enough not to. Oh, that guy got a gun. Let me go over there and push him off. No, it is in Arizona because I've been all over Arizona too, similar there too. But they love some rock and roll and heavy metal out there in Arizona. They're as country as we are, but they love their metal. So that's why I kind of like Arizona. I fit there. I love the metal scene, and they still like sweet tea and fried chicken. All right. Which serial killer do you guys think was the most deadly? 28% so far with Ted Bundy, 13% with Jack the Ripper, John Wayne Gacy, 21%, and Jeffrey Dahmer is leading with 38% of the votes. With the strange humanoid, let's talk about the Bigfoot researcher and a filmmaker by the name of Kelly Lockman. He is doing some research. He feels like Bigfoot feasts on the blood of the other animals. Thank you, Captain Albun, for agreeing. Feast on the other wild animals. So if they're on the blood of dead or dying animals out there, like, deer, elk, or whatever is out in the woods, or whatever part of the woods they are in Oklahoma, or whatever is out there, they feast upon it. So there you go. So he's got a new film coming out where he's talking about Bigfoot and the blood. A friend of mine, Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio, just went to a conference on that. Wow. Isn't it amazing how everything works out? I got to tell you something, guys. Yeah, it might be rained out this weekend, market day, but if it's not, we know Holly will be there. We'll be all about that. A U.S. firm, ladies and gentlemen, this is straight out of technology in Terminator and all these robotic movies and androids and all of this different stuff. We got AI that's taking over all the jobs. That's a good one, RW Smith. That's a good one. You're making me laugh. A U.S. firm is now selling a robot, guys, a robot dog. Now, we know robot dogs have been out for years. Some people have them for pets, and they're easy to clean up after. They don't leave a mess. But this one's a tad bit different. This one would be a Terminator's pet, straight out of some movie like that, similar, or any movie you would think of. So a U.S. firm is now selling a robot equipped with a flamethrower, ladies and gentlemen. It's called the Terminator. You heard me right, Terminator. It's the Terminator. Woof, woof. And they're selling this terrifying Terminator robot in all 50 states, ladies and gentlemen. All 50 states. Woo! The robots have a thrower that spews out flames, and it's worth $9,920. So nothing but trouble with what you just spent. You're not going to be able to buy this, but every state except for Maryland is legal to have it. So I guess I'm getting a flame throwing dog here. Yes, she does. Holly and her books, and Holly is Warrior Defenders. Comes on Fridays. So there you go. Oh, I hate to hear you had more weather late in the afternoon. Who's Holly? Well, Holly is from Warrior Defenders. She has a show on Mondays called Empire Strike Back. She is the woman that teaches how to kick butt and take names. She is Metro Atlanta's warrior, and she teaches women how to kick butt to protect themselves in different dangerous situations. And she does it with a giggle. And let me tell you something. When a woman is able to laugh and giggle at you and then whoop your butt, that's who you want to learn from. Isn't that right, Pete? That's Pete's wife. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, nothing but trouble. I just said you spent too much money today. You might not want to buy it, but I'm not saying you can't. If you can buy it, we'll you can throw a little something at us over here at the show. I'm picking. I'm not saying you can't. Remember, I got on to somebody yesterday about every one of you guys being able to. I'm not going to get in trouble with nothing but trouble. But anonymous was who that is. So there you go. But this is pretty cool. Red Bricks Lab. But flamethrowing dog. I want to get one. It's only $9,920 something. It was a flamethrowing robotic dog. It's legal in every state of the United States except for Maryland to own and purchase. Let me tell you, you don't get if people in Georgia got that and set that dog up outside. Anonymous says, I love her already. I did Japanese jitsu. I appreciate any woman that can hold her own. Sheriff says, no thanks, a dangerous dog. It is kind of a dangerous dog, but a robotic flamethrowing dog. That'd be a whole different aspect if somebody got in trouble. What RW SmackDown says, what is a leather and can kill you if it fell on you? Is it a sofa? Nothing but trouble says, it's more fun to do the flamethrower myself. There you go. Come here, Spot. Come here. Come here, Spot. Flames. Spot, don't fire at me. I'm your owner. No, I have not seen that Cheeto Planet. I'm going to have to check it out. A fridge with a leather jacket on it. Ah, ding, ding. I like that. The cow would work too. Back in a moment.
You're walking shopping or on your favorite trail.
He said a fridge with a leather jacket on it. That's a good one. But a cow would have been good too, guys, because obey the cow god. Steven knows what I mean.
As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specialized
Dun, 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 dun.
self-defense. All women of all ages.
Yes, I am all the time. Holly's book, Life After Silence, is coming out June 1st. We're going to talk about it on the show when she comes in probably next Friday. Make sure she talks about it. You could use it for protection. That's exactly right. But what if Spot went firing at you? We already know how some of the AI are taking people's jobs. Your dog starts firing back at you. I will check it out, Cheeto Planet, for sure. Thank you for letting me know. You know I'll do that. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. Continue to answer our poll question. Let's get our poll question up even higher. We had 102 ending on Monday's poll question, which I wouldn't say political, but it was a choice of who you'd want for president. I put all three candidates in there and also none. We had a big one yesterday for the wartime shows, and now we got a good one today for the serial killers. What is a stick and looks like a stink? What is that, RW? By the way, guys, RW is 12, so just let you guys know. So be respectful.
Cares for Kids helps fund local organizations like Angel's House, Coweta Casa, Elevate, and more. Help Cares for Kids reach their mission of serving 1 million children. Call 678-634-9770 today to learn more on involved, or text K for K News to 44321 to donate.
Tune in Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 10:30 to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show, hosted by me, Ariel Green. Each week, we'll learn ways to be more sustainable in our everyday
Oh, today's the
lives.
first. Gee,
Discuss exciting
I gotta take care of some bills.
And we'll hear from women of color who are saving the planet.
Dadgum bills. That's what Nothing But Trouble was taking care of. All her bills, and now she's taken care of. That's why she said she did that. I almost forgot about that. Got to pay bills. What? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to all the wonderful people out there. Stay with us. Coming up, we have Randy Rocket Cody in the final period. Our daily devotion coming from Jesus Listens, Sarah Young's daily devotion prayer book. It's sponsored by Newnan City Church in Metro Atlanta area of Newnan, 17 First Avenue, transforming life for Jesus' sake every Sunday at 8 a.m. inside services, 9 a.m. and 10:30 outside services, and the Hip Cool Kids at NCCPM in the evening at 6:30. All right, coming from James 1 through 2, James 1, 2 through 3, I should say, Peter 1, 6 through 7, Hebrews 12, 2, and Hebrews 2, 10. She is saying this morning: Precious Jesus, help me find joy in everything in most unlikely places. I know that requires effort on my part, searching for good and refusing my natural response that blinds me to what's going on. Please open my eyes to see beyond the obvious so that I can discover new treasures in my troubles. Thank you, Jesus, for making those hard decisions for me to endure the cross for the joy set before you in an eternal place of bringing my many sons and daughters to glory. Please enable me to choose joy by fixing my eyes on you rather than my treasures on my trials. In Jesus' name, amen. Woohoo, that's a good one. I enjoyed that. IDK, what's up, brother? Nothing for trouble says, I just did that. I thought the first was on Friday. I know, right? It just snuck up on us, right? You always have been, Pete, a big supporter of your wife. She's a big supporter of yours too, Pete. Amen. Thank you, Cher. All right, guys. We got a lot to talk about. We got Randy Rocket Cody coming up for you. And continue to be in our feed this morning. Keep their nuts dry. Oh, I heard a little bit of that. Yes, pretty good, my friend. Is that you? I just wanted to say, I checked it out. Was that you? If it was, you were awesome. If it wasn't, whoever it was awesome. Back in a moment. See how good we are to one another? Sweet Leaf says, about time I did that devotion. He keeps calling me out every morning for it. Oh, it's your favorite group. Okay. They're pretty good, man. Good. We appreciate you, my friend. All right, let me pull this up. I got to get Randy's questions together. He should be calling me here shortly. Why did the bird fall off out of the tree? Why? Greetings from Mars. Thank you. So Elon's already put you up there, brother. You're probably like, yeah. He paid me to go. I wasn't going to pay him. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, I tell you what. You probably think there's a lot of crazy stuff goes on here, don't you? Yeah, I do. Serial killer jokes. Oh! The bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. Where's my brother, Randy? That's my stuff. Yeah, balloon! Yay, balloon! There you go. It was dead. Oh, RW. That was a bad joke.
A difference in someone's life today.
WQEE 99.1 FM, the key. Newton, Sharpsburg, Franklin.
All right.
News. I'm Tasha Stevens. A few hours after violent clashes between pro-Israel and pro-Hamas protesters began at UCLA, police are finally on the scene. Violence follows pro-Hamas protesters preventing students from entering campus.
Well, I know what happens if you do that, RW. By the way, guys, he's 12, so there you go. My old lady wanted to beat my red brick ass. What'd you do to make her mad? You get kicked out of the house? What'd you do to make her mad? You better start taking the trash out and help cook, Red. They're the boss. I don't know. Randy's supposed to be contacting me. He usually called by now. Let's see. Let me see if I can get in here and send him a message. Oh, I get it. My old lady would beat my ass if if he would get his ass beat if he did that in the sink. Okay, I see. I thought you had already did something. Oh, skip for now. All right, Randy.
This is SRN News.
He-
Warning from religious freedom advocates.
Jeff King is president of International Christian Concern and spends most of his time monitoring persecution in foreign lands.
I just thought you got in trouble, Red. I did.
ICC has been studying around the globe for decades are now beginning to manifest themselves in this country.
That's right. He solved the mystery. A good friend. All right, let's see here.
Despite the fact that America's black churches tend to support liberal causes, very few are led by female pastors. Women's groups are now taking black
WQEE, good morning.
founder of a group called Women of Color Ministry.
Hey, what's up, brother? How's it going?
Good. We're cracking.
Same old, man. Just doing what we do here, and got a lot of good people that are going to enjoy what you're about to do, and then we got some people that, well, you know, they want to mess with everybody in the feed, so but they just don't know.
They're going to have a real difficult time today. I think I've got to say.
Oh,
I've got the hammer, and the hammer's going to be drawn.
I know, brother. I can't wait. CRW, there you go, young man. Oh yeah, I can't wait. Well, there's a lot of who's
The hammer is here.
well, I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna love it, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why they're gonna love it, and they're gonna enjoy what you're doing. Then some of the new listeners that are starting to come on the feeds and stuff, they sent me some very interesting information. I got a professor from Australia that works for the government there. I've got people that from Navajo nations and stuff like that, and even in Detroit. So there's a lot of things that they are sending me, and I'm like, you guys have got to tune in Wednesday. You're gonna love my guy Randy. So
It's great because it's the culmination of a lot of years of work. You know, I've been working on this.
Oh, I know.
Zodiac.
I'm born in Vietnam. What's up, John? How you doing? I know, brother.
So it's a lot of work, you know, that has been put into it.
Well, it's like I tell everybody, I don't have any trust for any journalist except for back in the day, the ones like Walter Cronkite and those guys. And now you are in their league because that's what I listen to. Anybody else? Nope. I'm not gonna read their stuff.
That's awesome, bro. That's quite a compliment. Thank you.
It is, brother, because you're not fake. You're not trying to go out there and pick a side. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So, and that's what I love about it. And that's
present this, right? Give you a chance to look at the facts and let you make your own decision.
exactly.
And if you can argue with me, which nobody can, about the real facts I present in my reporting,
Right.
you could have people lined up ready to debate me, but guess what? They're all hiding.
Well, the people that are starting to listen to this show, and like once it's been a while, they don't want to debate you because they're like, oh, that guy's right. I like what he's saying. They love what you say.
They can tell I've done my homework.
Exactly.
You know, it's like the teacher recognizes
I don't know where Aiden's at.
One student right off the first day of class. I don't mean to brag, but when you do the homework and you do the work, and I was the kind of kid in class, I did my work in class before I was out of class, so I didn't have to do homework.
Exactly.
So I'm a very smart, fast thinker, and once I was turned on all of this, going back to Chris Cornell and Chester Banks,
Yes.
I was right about all that.
Yes.
That mixes into this report as well.
Yes, I know.
And the FB saw it, believe it or not. So
Oh, no.
it's amazing how it's all come together, and I can really stand on top of the mountain of journalism right now, saying that I'm the king. There's nobody who can touch me.
It's funny that you've been doing this for a long time, and reporting all this. And then when it comes out in the mainstream media, all of a sudden it's accepted. I'm like, wait, Randy was talking about that 7 to 10 years ago.
Oh yeah. I see also reports about the Chris Cornell stuff getting hundreds of thousands of views on the YouTube. And there's a post fact from my reporting, the whole thing with the pool down.
Oh, was he?
To the touch,
Nothing.
in normal 70-degree temperature in a hotel room. That theory that I put out would have pushed back.
Thanks for telling me. You know probably better than me.
11:30 p.m. the night before on the 17th of May, not the 18th. So
right.
I'll be revisiting all that stuff coming up through soon. It's going to be 7-year anniversary.
Thank you for letting me know. It's Tom Brokaw.
Maybe we can hook it up again. We can talk more about it at that time.
Oh, of course, brother. Anytime. The first Wednesday of every month is always yours, no matter what. And if we have an extra day, I'll which sometimes we do. We have an extra Wednesday every once in a while. That's definitely going to be yours too, because what you're doing and everything is what is what people are interested in. So, and then since we're talking about the Zodiac killer today, my poll question. And let me tell you this, Randy. I started a poll question on Monday on the feed. I got 203 votes on Monday. And it was like, I asked people what, the three presidential candidates, and then I put none in there. I got that. That was a big one. Yesterday, it was about wartime television shows because we did, movie reviews. I got a whole bunch on that. So far, I've got a lot of votes this morning on the one I got. So the analytics are always helped on my YouTube channel because of the votes. So there's a lot of people voting, and I'm really enjoying that, dude. For this channel just to be kind of starting up, dude, it really just started up. I went to last Wednesday. I had 890 views, dude, for a channel that just basically is starting up. And that's good. So I'm like, I'm doing it organic like you, brother. I'm not going to go in there and pay YouTube to, you know what I'm saying? And
that's the back on in the work that I do, that you do. That's something you should hold proud of yourself. And you don't have to, like these other fucks out there who have to use that, boosting the pose, the tank practice, to even read their craft.
Right.
I let the people who were talking, I let them be sharing, let them
yes.
be the judge of my it deserve to be risen to the masses. So if that happens, then so be it. If not, then I'm okay with that too. But
yeah. All right, brother, we're getting ready to go on.
It was a huge platform, so I'm very thankful for that. And it does give me another angle to hit people at as opposed to just directly online. So, it all goes hand in hand. I think that, again, the people that are listening to the show are the real heroes.
Yep.
If you look at the posting on my TMZ Facebook, I get tens of millions of impressions.
All right, bro, we're getting ready to go on. Here we go.
Let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout out there. With 25, that's Real Radio. Isles of Canada, the WQEE 9.1 FM, the Key in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and more. And now our YouTube page is starting to fill out a lot of our Facebook page. We thank you guys for being with us this morning. It's going on. We appreciate it. We're going to kick it into the final period of play on this weird Wednesday, and we're going to talk some stuff that you really need to hear. Until the haters, I got this to say to them. That's right. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. And as we get ready to head with our guests, before that, here is our poll question, which these poll questions are reaching heights beyond any other poll questions this week. Which serial killer do you think was the most deadly, ladies and gentlemen? 33% of you say Ted Bundy so far. 19% say the clown, John Wayne Gacy. 32% say the man-eater himself, Jeffrey Dahmer. And a report done by my guest this morning, getting 16% of one of the many reports, Jack the Ripper getting 16%. And speaking of that, our guest this morning, he is the king of heavy metal journalism. He's the king of heavy metal music, period. He is the real journalist. Forget Tucker Carlson, forget Anderson Cooper, forget Walter Cronkite. This man is doing it all. Please welcome from the metalden.com and RandyRocketCody.com, my friend, Randy Rocket Cody. Good morning, Randy.
Hey, brother. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, brother. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Great to have you with us here, the 1st of May and everything. One of those, and you've probably researched all those serial killers. And the reason I got that poll question up this morning is because you and I here in just a few are going to talk about one of your more famous discoveries in the world of the Zodiac killer and everything, and what you're going to present evidence here this morning. So I just wanted to get into that for our listener poll, and that poll is going up. And of course, one of them on there is another person that you wrote about. And look, I got a few more I'm gonna drop to you in just that I've got wrote down that I want you to look into. I know you don't have much time, but there's a few other ones that I think would be good for you to look into, especially after what has happened in the WWE. We talked about Chris Benoit. There's a few other unsolved deaths like Eddie Guerrero and China that I would love for you to look into, Randy. But
sure.
Yeah.
I love the sound of that. Absolutely.
Because I tell everybody, Chris Benoit lived about 45 miles from where I'm standing right now in another county and his home is still there. His neighbors were like, these were the nicest people you'll ever meet. And you and I spoke about what happened with Chris Benoit. And ever since Vince McMahon's, mess happened, now everybody's starting to come out saying, well, he wasn't a great guy. Well, duh, so, and
yeah, it's pretty funny how that comes full circle too. And, I'm going to do more reporting on the Chris Benoit case.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to tackle some of those other wrestling tragedies.
Yes.
I'm very familiar with China.
Yes.
And her story and her, she went into the world of porn. So, I'm an expert, after all these years of working on sex trafficking and all that.
Yep.
I'm pretty much an expert on the topic now and understanding the whole world of pornography and how a lot of those women are subjugated to being sex slaves. Literally, they're forced into prostitution. A lot of people, even when they're at the height of their fame in porn.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And we've talked about the OnlyFans in the past. We talked about some of the stuff the dangers of all of this for some of the young ladies out there to just starting off their careers, because in this day and time, you and I even spoke about AI taking over everything and stuff. So I definitely want to get into that, because I do know there was some stuff that caused China to go off. That here was a woman that was at the height of her career when she was released, and it all has to do with jealousy and her being someone's ex, and somebody else is the princess of the company. And there's a lot more into it, but I'd love for you to check that out. Eddie Guerrero, one of my favorite wrestlers. I know he's probably one of your favorite. There was more to.
He was a great friend of Chris Benoit.
There you go. Chris Benoit, yes. And so there's a lot of stuff that goes around. And you and I both feel like that McMahon's it's all centered around him and some of the things he.
You actually gave me quite a good bunch of different tips on Mr. McMahon.
Yes.
Going back, we talked about it a couple times. I got to go back and listen to the footage, but you had talked about some of the stuff, the people that he was involved in.
Yes.
With early, right?
Yeah.
The more OG type people, promoters or whatnot.
Yes, some of the promoters, down from.
Yeah, so it goes back. There's a history with all this stuff, and so that's what people have to understand. Look what's happened to Vince lately. Not too good at news.
Nope.
So it's going to continue to go down the hill. Not going to be good for him.
Thank you.
And I will continue to reveal that stuff because look, as Mr. Stone Cold says, that's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line, called Stone Cold said so.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's get into it. We're going to talk about the Zodiac Killer in a minute. I'm so excited about this because you presented this story to me when you first come on the show, and you continue to have more and more details. But first, speaking of dancing around poles and OnlyFans, let's talk about Nikki Sixx and Motley Crue.
Oh, the rock and roll stripper.
Mm-hmm. Can't play his note.
Well, I mean, unless you've been under a rock somewhere, the day has finally arrived that Motley Crue has released a new song. And it's called Dogs of War.
Yeah.
And it's getting absolutely decimated by the critics. Now, this has nothing to do with me. I mean, I'm not forcing these people to say what they did. And the critics really being the fans themselves.
Right.
On the YouTube and whatnot, you can see comments. It's pretty much unanimous in thinking that AI technology was used
Yes.
by Bob Rock to compose and to generate this new music, this new
Right.
single by the band. And if you even look at the band's video,
Mhm.
it's done with computer software.
Yes.
With AI. It's really that the controversy is, and it started out because I had first reported this to everybody that AI was being used heavily in music already.
Right.
And as well as ghost performers. Now, ghost singer can use, and I put an example of this on my page.
You have.
So everyone can see it. You can go down to YouTube and look for yourself. It's a Freddie Mercury AI Home Sweet Home cover.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I heard it.
Okay. Now what they did was, this has only been up for a month.
Right.
You'll see it. It's up. And what it is, it's James Michael from 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey's other
I know James. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yep.
And nobody cares about, and Mickey finally did the other day, oh, it's over. Well, nobody cared anyway.
Right.
James did his own version theme of Home Sweet Home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this AI version took James as the ghost singer,
Mm-hmm.
used his Freddie thing, and then they sampled Freddie Mercury's voice like I told you all that they could do. So you're hearing Freddie Mercury's thing, but if you go back and look at the phrasing, it's the same exact phrasing.
Right.
James Michael when he reported. So it proves that I'm absolutely 100% correct in saying that technology can be used to change a person's voice using another person's voice, but to still have that original person's voice produced.
You got that right, brother.
And important because that, as I told everybody, that's the smoke and mirrors that are being used by the music industry. And so all this big talk, and you can hear the difference. It sounds, first of all, it sounds like a commercial jingle.
Yes, I know, right?
Right? It's a great commercial jingle. I'll get back to that.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't get that out of my head right now, really. I can't get it out of my head.
Good for a car coming.
It's not a rock and roll song. Even the solo in it sounds totally AI generated.
Oh, yeah.
There's no soul.
No McMahon.
There's no real layering and isolation of any of the instruments. And so you'll hear that in Big Mars'
Solos.
music.
Yep.
It's much bigger sound, and that's because it's actually recorded by tracking. When
Exactly.
When you're doing AI, you're literally just telling the program what you want it to do, what you want the sound like.
Right.
Giving
Yeah.
and then it delivers.
Wow.
That's how it works. And with regards to the, as I said, with bringing in someone like Stat from Creed to do who's an inner circle friend of Motley Crue to help replicate Vince Neal's voice. I believe that's highly likely.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm hearing from the people I'm talking industry that they even programmed the drum, that even will program the bass in some instances. But now because of this AI technology, it's a whole different ballgame. It's a lot different than what they were doing before with MIDI and all that stuff. So it's just the tip of the iceberg, if you will. I think people are only starting to learn more and more about how big of I told you all how big it is in life. You know, they're starting to automate everything. You know, every store you go into, they've even got a fully automated McDonald's now.
Oh yeah. They've got a lot of that, and yeah, there's.
This is the way, and this report today that I've written is so brilliant about this Zodiac killer. You really want to read this thing, and you really want to read something that's great. This really encapsulates what the New World Order is about, what the whole movement is about.
Right.
And the quote that I started the whole report out with is masterful because it comes from Hunter S. Thompson himself.
Right.
Kingdom of Fear. And that quote is, the truth when you finally face it down is almost always far worse than your darkest vision and fears.
Wow.
Unquote.
Wow.
That's the start of this thing. Now, if you've got the guts and the cojones to read it, there's no firewall on it. It's absolutely free for every person in this world to go read right now at randyrocketcody.com. If you've got the guts and the cojones, because by the time you get done reading this report,
right,
you're not going to be the same person. You will not be the same person.
Nope.
You will even want to read more about it after you read what I've written. And there's tons of links in there. I give you tons of ways to go and examine further into the evidence that I've provided.
Right.
If you deep rabbit holes to go down, because this is like trying to explain world history to you in less than 2,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to write a book when I'm doing this stuff with people. So
no.
what I'm trying to do is really give you. It is like a real snapshot of what's going on in my mind.
Right.
Okay, right now at this moment.
Right.
And so that's what you're able to do. This was not a timing thing. That the fact that Walt Ferguson was last night, which is one of the most important days on the satanic calendar.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You always.
It was also the day of the founding yesterday of the Church of State.
Oh. You always make sure you report on those people, Randy, and I appreciate that.
Well, I didn't. Again, like I said, I didn't plan that.
I know.
I found another one of my Zodiac articles that I had written back in 2018. Was published the same day that Miss Darlene Barron was killed by the Zodiac on July 5th.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah.
In 1969. So we're talking about, it starts to get kind of creepy.
Well, I can't wait.
When you get real close to this stuff and you're an occult expert at my level.
Yep.
You got the level that I got to, and you're an empath as well. I'm a water sign.
Right.
You're going to, this stuff really, you're into the paranormal stuff too. That's why I like to use the gematria and explain as well as genealogy.
Right.
All this stuff is important so you understand that when I'm talking about something, I'm explaining this, you something about a person that I'm covering I can back it all up.
Yes.
I can back it all up by genealogy.
Exactly.
Betty Ford Aquino is related to Henry Ford, and he was a Nazi sympathizer.
See?
I can back it all up.
Yep.
And that's in this report. And so that's what it's about. Now, the most important thing for people to understand is, I think the biggest piece of evidence I've come across from what I've looked at so far in this case is the fact that we're dealing with a man who is a Nazi worshiper.
Right.
A Nazi World War II buff.
Yes.
The gun that was used in the Farron shooting was a 9mm Luger.
Mm.
It was a sidearms issued to the German Army, World War II, and won.
Wow.
In fact, I have a picture in the report of the death that had that 9mm Luger that we used, Parabellum. This is stuff that people, it's right there in front of you, but you really have to be
Exactly.
And so that's what this was. Mr. Aquino had returned to the States after being in Vietnam.
Right.
Okay, and was next made a high-ranking priest for Church of Satan. And the church's newspaper, they had a newspaper.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And so he was he's a brilliant writer. If you read anything that he's written, he wrote the Mind War thing. He's a whole specialist on coming over from Vietnam and the commando squad that he was on. They used MK Ultra. So he became a specialist here in America after he returned. And so at the same time that he was rolling with the Church of Satan. And so once he decided to branch off from Church of Satan, he created Temple of Set.
Right.
And around 75. Now, why this is important to everybody, and why this report is so masterful, is because far off the path of the case of the Zodiac, because that ended in 69, right?
Right.
They killed 5 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I found a case, and I'm telling you, I was delivered to this with divine purpose, because there's no other way I would have found it.
There you go, brother.
There's a woman named Arliss, Arlis, Perry, Berry, who was found murdered in a church in California, if I'm not mistaken. It was, around the northern part of California, where all these Zodiac killings took place.
Right.
And that's where I really believe that I'm able to nail him, because first of all, this is not reported to anybody.
Right.
It's not reported stuff that you get reported on the news.
No.
He actually called in. This is 5 years after his last anybody had heard anything from him.
Right.
And he called in and took credit and actually said he was credited for this woman Arliss Perry's murder. Now what I've done is I've included some information in, because I've actually written a prior report on the Zodiac that included Arliss's story.
Right.
But it's very important for people to understand that this is, again, their way of continuing to mock everybody. They're saying the woman slain in church called victim of psychopath. Now, it was January 12, 1974, a caller claiming to be the Zodiac said that a body will be found in a church. On January 29, 1974, the Zodiac exorcist letter was mailed. October 12th, now we're getting around Halloween time, which is really important time for the Satanists.
Yep.
9 months after the phone call from the Zodiac, saying that a body would be found in a church. The body of Arliss Perry is found inside the Stanford Memorial Church.
Ooh.
Perry was killed by an ice pick to the back of the head. The body was posed obscenely with a candle inserted into her. I won't say
Where?
word of where it was.
Right.
In the film The Exorcist, the girl inserts the crucifix into the similar region, controlled by a demon.
Ugh.
Are you all following me?
Yes, brother. Everybody's definitely, yeah. Ooh.
So this woman was murdered on the birthday of Aleister Crowley.
Strange. Not.
And her body and clothing were made to form
Right.
a demonic symbol.
Yes.
And this is all out there for you to examine. It's not anything I'm making up.
Right.
And what I'll say furthermore is, in the book, The Ultimate Evil, the son of Sam, David Berkowitz, the Satanic Network, linked his case, the Manson cases, and the Perry murder.
I can see it.
So, again, you guys remember I had done the work on as well on the Manson murders and was connecting Mr. Aquino to all that stuff, as well. That all being programmed through Hollywood and these branches
Right.
Although none of that was any factual. All of that was pretty much a made up concocted
Right.
story plot. But fantastic nonetheless. The man's a genius. But the fact is that people need to look closer into the Arlen Terry case and understand that, ladies and gentlemen, he was not done. He was not caught. He's still not caught.
Right.
And I believe that he's sanctioned by the government, the U.S. government, and the high level secret society themselves. I believe he's Scottish Rite, which I know that Ms. Kino is.
Right.
He's also set up the Order of the Trapezoid. These are things that people have to start to understand, that someone like, for example, the Wonderland facility that's on Lookout Mountain in Laurel Canyon, California,
Okay.
which is now, that is where the programming was going on. There's record of this. There's been IDs showing
Right.
celebrities like Marilyn Monroe who had access.
Uh-huh.
Top secret clearance, okay? You don't get this clearance. That's what Aquino's got, the highest level clearance. He's at the highest level of NSA. I'm just told.
Wow.
Clearly, he is the head of NSA. And people ask me, well, he's alive, where is he? Because he did fake his death after I announced him on your radio show.
Right.
Shortly after, I believe we did your show in around later 2018 or 2019, some point, but he faked his death in 2020.
Right. Yep.
I've included death certificate for reference in the report. It gets it in similar fashion to Hitler himself, who did what at the end of World War II. Mr. I'm going to carry around a 9mm Luger.
Yes.
To honor the death at death.
Right.
Well, in the actual death certificate, it says he took his own life by self-inflicted gunshot.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that was pretty much his way of saying, you got me, kid, but remember who you're dealing with.
Right.
And I can appreciate that. But the bottom line is that when you had an opportunity, because it's on YouTube all the time,
Right.
I was interviewed up still. But as soon as I named him as a Zodiac killer, he stopped doing interviews, and then shortly thereafter, the purchase statement themselves became the announcement. He's no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
My belief is that he is still fully alive.
Okay.
That was an indication of it, because Hitler did not die on.
Right.
That has been proven. And
Right.
there's solid evidence that he moved on, even though he used that BS cover story.
Yep, I heard that too.
I would have loved to have gotten to debate Mr. McMahon.
Hey.
Just from a historic standpoint, that's one of those, like not getting to meet Lemmy when I had an opportunity back.
Oh, I know. Oh.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, bro.
it could have been done any other way. I wish I could have had a chance to debate him mano to mano on the YouTube thing, so that people could have seen that. But it's not going to happen now. He's run, and
He's hiding.
somewhat was the smart thing, because there's no way to face me on. I'm giving you guys the tip of the iceberg.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm trying to really show you guys, flex my muscles on this case.
And I love it.
But now that I've really begun to identify him as without a doubt as Zodiac killer, that's why all these other things are just giving color to the story. That's how I can tell you all these things, like I'm telling you about this 9mm Luger.
Right.
That's how I know the guy, as well as this Carlos Perry thing, because it goes much deeper than what the news is telling.
Well, they're not going to tell anything anyway, Randy, because it don't fit the narrative of dividing people. What we're doing is we're giving people an opportunity to present a topic to them and tell them something that's going on and let them read it for themselves. And that's the problem, is you're not telling people what to think. You're presenting something to them, and you're presenting a information that is like, hey, this guy's making me think. You're making people think, not telling them what to think. That's a big difference, bro.
Thank you for that. If I could say one other thing in regards to this article, I would have loved to have made a dedication at the start of it, but it could be a little bit long-winded. But I dedicate this article to this report and my solving this case to the the Litvak Jews that were exterminated by Hitler and the Third Reich in around the early 40s, 41, 42, whatever it was, where they
Right.
went in and they literally just wrapped in their city, rounded them up, 25,000 at once, then 75,000.
Right.
It was over 100,000. They exterminated just about 95% of the population of the Litvak Jews in Latvia. And that's my family. And my family has luckily escaped and come to America.
Right.
And my family, oddly enough, created one of the most famous media empires, being, as I explained to you before, the TV Guide, travel publication,
Right.
the Annenbergs. I'm the great grandson of Ethel Annenberg, who
Right.
is the sister of the father of these men, these Annenbergs who created
I've seen the
media
timeline.
dynasty. And they were broke, nothing, not one thing in their pocket when they came to America.
Right.
And now, the family's given away, about 4.5, 5 billion in money via their foundation to nonprofits. And so you can check that out online. But
Do it.
there's a lot of bad things being said about Jews out there. I can tell you that there's nothing more, in terms of that makes me upset or mad to see people just automatically just behave like that and just try to again erase these types of
history.
people
Yep.
from this earth because of someone spinning a news story.
Yes.
So my family did a lot and has continued to do a lot in giving billions of dollars away to terrible causes. And I want to say one last thing with my cousin, Wallace Annenberg. She's doing that whole wildlife crossing thing there and on the 101 in California. Everyone's pissed off about it, but that's those things. These endangered species can cross over the highway and have an area to do it or whatnot. I mean, she gave him $25 million. Her the performance center was $75 million.
Right.
They did a thing down by the beach, that people can publicly go to down by Santa Monica Beach. That was the old Hearst place that he bought for one of his women, and turned it into a public pool.
Right.
It goes on and on. And so I think people just need to, tone that down a bit and recognize that, that my family came here with nothing, and without TV guys,
Right.
we're not talking. There's
Exactly.
no radio shows.
Nope.
In my opinion, nothing not even in any form of media. There's no Howard Stern.
Yes.
Hollywood doesn't make it that. It revolutionized information. It's the biggest magazine of all time, and worldwide, and still is this day. And really, it's something I'm very, very proud of. And again, I think that people understand that without my family, these Jews, these Litvak Jews who came here with nothing,
Right.
you wouldn't have wrestling.
Nope.
Powerhouse. They sold TVs. The not sell TVs, then you don't have even car promotions. You don't have major car manufacturers anymore. And I mean, so it's just probably the most influential American family, in my opinion, of all time.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud to be a family member. My last name is I'm born Greenberg.
Right.
Because that's who was born, who married into the family.
Right.
And with the birth. And so, again, like I said, I'm very proud of that. I think people need to be proud of your heritage and be proud of
There you go.
your ethnicity.
There you
and
go.
I have 22% Jewish. Okay, I've seen it
Love
on
it.
ancestry. And
Love
I'll
it.
tell you what, I'm very proud of that 22%.
Well, I am too, brother. And I'm so glad that we're able to get all this information out, stuff that's going on your website, randyrocketcody.com, on themetalden.com. Get all the great information out there to our listeners. They're responding with all positive, and they love what you're doing. So we're going to, in a moment, I'm going to let you tell them how to follow you and all that good stuff, because they need to get an opportunity to read a lot of other great stories. But what else do we got going on as far as like, what are some of the new stories coming up on both websites?
Oh, boy. I'll be doing a lot more reporting on through.
Yep.
And the whole lawsuit. Yeah. I just recently reported that it granted $130,000.
Yep.
And being paid by Motley Crue for their withholding important financial documents from him. And this is stuff that I'm telling you, this other stuff that's leaked out with Tommy Lee and this Watergate style break-in, which I play into this story because, again, Mr. Aquino was at the head of all of that, of the satanic panic in the 80s with the McMahon preschool and the Presidio case. That's what's so fascinating about this, and why everybody needs to read this report is because Darlene Ferrin's husband was stationed at one point at the Presidio.
Right.
In San Francisco. And there's a lot more to the story than what's being told about Darlene Ferrin, for example. So and who she knew and how, another thing that I point out in the article is that Paul Stein, the taxi driver, was killed by the Zodiac.
Yep.
He lived in the same apartment complex as Darlene Ferrin and her ex-husband did at one point.
Wow. This is a lot.
It goes deeper than you can understand, and you're going to have to not just read this report, but you're going to have to do some extra, homework yourself.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, Randy, it's always great. And I tell you, what else you working on and how we can follow you and get all these reports and stuff?
Well, I'm gonna be bringing it again with the Black Dahlia.
Woohoo!
Okay. I will be doing more reporting on Jack the Ripper as well.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to you guys about how I believe that's a royal vampire. Get ready because I'm right, and it's gonna be really cool stuff. I started when I did the Randy Rock and Cody site.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have an idea to do something that was really so open in the way that I approached my journalism. Because really, I wanted to just write about vampires.
Right.
And that was really why I did the site, believe it or not. I was like, I want to do a site about vampires, and I just figured I'd use my name. But
right.
That's what the site was really what I want. I really have. That's really important to me because I really think that that's a big part of what this is all about. And the vampires and werewolves. And what could be cooler than that? I mean, that is the coolest thing of all time. So,
exactly.
That's, we've delved into that a little bit, but we're going to get really into that stuff big time here. I'm going to do more reporting on this Zodiac case.
Awesome.
I slowed down in recent years on it because I was waiting to see what everybody else was doing. Pretty much all I see from everybody that was talking about before is hiding.
Yep.
So I thought, well, I'll bring the pain again with it, but I'm gonna continue to follow up with this story this year multiple times because of how much I got on it. So trust me, there's gonna be some really killer stuff. We're gonna get more into the Chris Benoit case. We'll do some other reporting on some of the WWE tragedies we talked about, and we'll just keep it going. I think that people really like that. The 31 flavors.
They definitely do. Well, Randy, we'll appreciate you being with us. Tell everybody how to follow you, my brother, before we let you get out of here.
Well, you can follow me on the Facebook, Randy Rock and Cody, as well as the Metal Den. And I'm still suspended indefinitely on Twitter X.
Yeah.
But I've made an appeal again. Maybe they'll give me another chance. It was 14 months before they let me back on the last time. So. But heck, you can follow me like I said on Facebook. Follow me at themetalden.com as well as randyrocketcody.com, and I'll always keep you updated. Okay.
Sounds good, guys. Stay with us. We'll have Randy back again next month with us as well, and a few other special times. Guys, stay with us more on the way. We're going to close out the show in just a few right after this break. More RyanORadio Penitentiary after this. Brother, that was awesome. People were enjoying it. They're saying they enjoyed it, man. They love you. So it is. So you see my audience is enjoying it. So.
Well, that's all that matters. You know, like I said, that's who's listening, and that's who matters to me. Is people that are listening. I don't care if it's a room full of 5 or 10 people or 5 million. You know,
right?
It's an honor. It's an honor to reach anybody and to have the opportunity to do that with this platform. And again, thank you very much.
No, brother, it's no problem, man. I appreciate working with you because it's an opportunity to get some stuff out there that people want to hear and get it from someone who I know that is a trusted source that people can't just say, well, that's just some guy in his basement. And I'm like, no, he's not. You don't know. Well, he's got a basement, but it's bigger than your house. So, but you know, it's just one of those things, brother. It's just awesome. It's awesome. And X needs you more than you need X. So it's no big deal.
Well, they'll let me back on eventually. I'm back on there right now with a secret identity. But I'm only using it just to be able to see the posts that are on there. You know, otherwise I can't. They don't let me look at it. So I'm not going to try and do anything to set up anything else on there right now because it's getting kicked off again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to at least keep a low profile on the back end so I can at least see the posts on it. Because I'm in this, Twitter X is huge for me, and hopefully they'll let me back on eventually.
I think so. Well, all right, brother. It's always great having you on, and we'll get you back again next month, my friend.
I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right. Have a good day, brother.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Love it. Thank you. I appreciate you guys loving it. And Professor Fate, I'm never going to ask you what's going on with you until you're eligible to say, hey, Ryan, I want to talk about it. So no worries. I don't get into that. Now we got a few more minutes left. I'm going to get the final. Wow. I love how you guys voted. We had a good morning this morning. Everybody that came on was awesome. This has been a positive morning. I can't believe we got a positive morning there.
If you're interested in learning about our free lessons or how to get started, call 678-634.
Don't mess up, computer.
Visit our website, AtlantaPartnersRealEstateSchool.com today.
Comment to Sweetland Apple Creator is the key 2024 concert tour. Featuring Hurricane concert to May 18th, 8 p.m. Along with guest DJ Warren Sparks.
That's cool. Well, when you get a chance to get closer to that and you can actually speak about it, let me know, Professor Fate.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45's Affair radio show where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM in Jordan.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. What's up, sports nuts, inmates, and more? You're in lockdown with your favorite radio show, or at least I assume it's your favorite radio show. It may or may not be. You never know. I'm just going to say it is so that I can, say the numbers. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, which serial killer do you think was the most deadly out of the 4 that I've got on here? Say Ted Bundy, 18% say Jack the Ripper, 16% say clown John Wayne Gacy, and finally, the winner of today's poll, 35% of you say Jeffrey Dahmer, the man-eater. That's the most dangerous serial killer. And then, of course, a lot of guys were dropping in a bunch of different names over the feed that were not in my poll question. And it's exciting to be able to hear all about that and everything. George Bush Sr. wins. Wow. Just a quick Google search sounds exciting. There you go. Guys, go to randyrocketcody.com or themetalden.com and sign up for those. And he's got a lot of great stories and stuff that, you know, you're very interested in. You can definitely read it. If you're into the metal and the rock, you'll be able to get into his metalden.com. If you're into all different kind of other stories, he's got it on the randyrocketcody.com. TikTok got banned. Should Elon Musk just buy it? If he does, they're still going to shut it down. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you, Professor Fate, don't go on a lot of things while you're on the YouTube, but it's safe to be on the YouTube compared to a lot of other platforms while you're working where you're working. He is. Pete says, see you tomorrow morning. You gotta see me tomorrow morning. Don't be seeing me tomorrow morning. You gonna stay on the show. I'm just kidding, Pete. I'm not. All right, for you wrestling fans there, here's what's going on AEW Dynamite Tonight preview. After a messed up attack that didn't look too good and made the Elite look weak on Tony Khan last week, what's next? Kenny Omega appeared tonight. FTW Championship on the line. Chris Jericho defends against Shibati. Also, AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland finds out his new challenger at Double or Nothing. TNT Championship on the line as Adam Copeland defends against a member of House of Black, Buddy Matthews, and Serena Dobbs is taking on Maria May. I won't know any of it because I'm not going to watch it, but there you go. If you believe that if you believe that's Musk, you're not paying attention. Believe what's Musk and not paying attention. You're saying that he's a AI character? I believe that, if that's what you're saying. Didn't matter which side of the aisle that X was on, they all want to ban poor Randy. Like, really? Randy's, come on now, I discovered some things. Well, no, we don't want to hear discoveries. There you go. We both agreed on that. TikTok is China. Yep, it is. Well, you know, we talked about that earlier, and there were some people had it. Like I said, with the whole COVID thing and what's run down our countries and the world and everything. So with what came from their laboratory, whether they did it on purpose or not, which can't prove one way or the other. So can't prove that it wasn't done on purpose, but can't prove it wasn't done on purpose. So when people say, well, I don't believe it, I'm like, hey, you can't tell them they're lying because it could have happened. Don't push. Elon is a father of 11 kids. Who are they? Tech. He shares his kids with 3 women. Who are they? Ooh. They might be all AI, kind of like Rosie the robot, who's now a waitress at one of these restaurants across the United States. Yeah, I was hearing this in the news story. There's a robot that's serving people. Plan to serve you. Do you want a frosty snow cone with that? You want cheeseburger, fries, and strawberry shake? Great Wall of China wasn't built by Chinese. It was built by giants to keep out the Jewish people. Wow. I'm going to learn some interesting things from our feed. You have a great day, too, and be safe, Cher. Enjoy having you on this morning, too. You're saying he's a I created my kids. I created my kids in a laboratory. Well, you know, some people believe that. Some people don't. We just let everybody do their thing. And I know Gail's been on with us. I know she's checking us out. She's been sharing it. We appreciate Gail and the Zoo crew. Pete, good day to you. Cher, good day to you, our wonderful listeners all over. Tomorrow is the True Crime Thursday edition. We're going to do true crime stories and more. Oh, yeah. We're going to do true crime stories and a lot more tomorrow. So be ready for True Crime Thursday. You're like, really? There's a True Crime Thursday? Yep. We like that, Ryan. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Is this going to play or not? It's saying not responding. There you go. He parked his car home. And some Detroit hood stole it. What? Red bit bricks. Wow. We had somebody from Mars earlier on here, supposedly. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Stay tuned for Health, Happiness, and Harmony Hour with Dr. Lewis Boynton coming up next. We'll follow that up with Calvary Fellowship Church, and then the afternoon of sports lineup with Rod Peterson, Sports Beats, Richard Holdridge, and Braves Country Radio. With all that being said and done, yours truly is out of here for today. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. You guys tripped me out. I appreciate that, guys. Ooh, we don't say those kind of words here. We don't do that. That user's gone. All right, guys, we'll see you on the flip side.